In today's video, we're going to look at data analysis and pivot tables. Pivot tables have a bit of a myth that they are somehow complicated and difficult to use. In fact, they are very easy to use. Pivot tables are a way of summarizing or counting values in an original set of data. They have two advantages. One is that they create a unique set of data without corrupting your original set of data, so you can create and delete pivot tables without affecting the integrity of your original data. Secondly, hence the name pivot, they can alter the way that the original data is displayed, sometimes making the data more useful to work with. So we'll have a look at two examples and see how pivot tables are useful. In this first example, we have a set of data of payroll data based on employee number, department, salary, name, and so on. So we'll go straight ahead and create our first pivot table. So I'm clicked into the data, it does not matter where you are, and then click on data and pivot table report. It now creates a brand new worksheet, and there is a grid on the top left hand corner which will be our pivot table report, and on the right hand margin we have the various sections of the pivot table that are open to us. So let's go straight ahead and start populating our rows. So we're going to add a field, and when I click on add field, the values that you see here are the headers from my list of data. So they're the headers from my original data, and I'm seeing them available here. So I'm going to select department, so I'm just going to click on department, and immediately populated on the pivot table are all the different departments in my set of data. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to skip the column value for the time being, I'm going down to the values section, and I'm going to select salary and summarize by sum. And over here we now have a simple set of data, pivot data, which is the total salary roll for each department and totaled. Pivot tables are that simple. If I don't like the way my data is, I can delete it. So I've deleted the departments, and instead I can select by job class. So those who are in job class A1, job class B1, that I can go back to my department headings. Show totals, I can uncheck it, gets rid of the grand total at the bottom if I so wish. I can add further pieces of data, so if I want to click on add field under columns, and let's select job class, and I get a breakdown of the salaries per job class in each of the departments. Like that, I can just close that out. If I want, I can insert a chart based on this data, so click on insert chart, select my table of data. For this I might want to get rid of my totals, but I'll just leave the bar chart as is, click insert, get rid of the totals because they're skewing my data, and there we have graphical representation of the salaries based on my pivot table. Now let's have a look at another set of data. So here we have data of charitable donations made by individuals over time. So each of the individual is listed on 3 different rows to make up for the 3 different dates of contributions from 2007 to 2009. We can create a pivot table to help us to collate this data in a more useful manner. So again, I'm clicked into the data, I click on data and pivot table report, and then I can start adding rows. So click on add field, and I'm going to click on name. So here it gives me a list of the unique names, and then on values I'm going to start selecting the various charities that they contributed to. So here we have, for each individual, the total charitable contributions that they've made. If I want, I can add the date of the contributions, and I'll put this on the column field. So now I have a breakdown of the 2007 contributions, the 2008 contributions, and the 2009, and the total contributions. And again, only one line of data per contributor. Similarly, if I just want to create individual sets of data, I can get rid of the columns, for example, and select on the filter and click on Add Field and select the date of donation in there. So at the moment it's showing all items, so all dates, but I can select just the data for 2007, or select the data and/or for 2008, or 2008 and 2009 together. And each time I can basically copy and paste this data if I'm happy with it. So you can create umpteen sets of data within a few minutes. Thank you for watching.